Hello, gorgeous Scorpio clan, and welcome to September 2019. This month is going to be pretty powerful for Scorps. I'll just let you know that now, not because I think things are going to be fracturing and going crazy on the surface of your life. I think it's going to be an intense time because I think pieces are shifting and certain things are leaving and certain things are kind of fading. And that can sometimes be a little unsettling or a little confusing or a little mystifying, right? There's just some pieces shifting. And partially that's just the way that the sun is moving through the signs and the moon is moving through the signs. There's a lot of initiations going on in September where we are doing some deep connecting. And for Scorps, that's just working with you. The note that I had is that all these pieces are shifting for you. And as we shift from Virgo season, which is, 11th house of community, into Libra, we're switching into your 12th house of transformation before your birthday. And energy is starting to move into Libra pretty early in the month. We have a full moon in Pisces on the 14th that is met with Venus and Mercury conjunct in Libra. The sign right before yours. So that full moon in Pisces in your 5th house of your heart, and then Venus and Mercury conjunct in your 12th house, you are getting lit up with what's really working for you in love, in relationships, in creativity, in where you are blocking your throat chakra and where you are feeling you are holding yourself stubbornly in something that is not working for you. Being a fixed sign means you often contend with that part of yourself that will sustain something, sustain a belief, sustain a situation for much longer than it serves you. That loyalty and that consistency is a beautiful quality, but as you know, it can have that dark side of keeping you constrained. And this month is asking big questions about that. Saturn is going direct on September 18th in Capricorn in your 3rd house. Your throat chakra may be opening up more. The sun is moving into Libra on the equinox on September 23rd. Into your 12th house, and the equinox for you is a really important point of shift. Equinoxes are all about balance, harmonizing, checking in. We're no longer at the extreme poles of the solstices. We are in this perfect in-between space of balance, of harmony, and the shift from Virgo to Libra, the shift from that attention to detail, that attention to service, into that attention to connection and balance and harmony and beauty is really strong here. You're diving ever deeper into these waters. You are diving ever deeper into the mystical waters as all of this is going on the more surface level. Other signs are not going to be necessarily feeling it the way that you are feeling it in this mystical time. Judgment. Wow. What was I just saying about releasing from containers, releasing from things that aren't serving you, for pieces that are moving away or shifting? Moving away and shifting. Knight of Cups. Okay, look at the relationship that often occurs here when we're having these discussions between release of something and judgment into welcoming something. I think it's always hard to believe that in releasing, letting go of the rope, letting go of the control, letting go of the mental structure we've built in our head, that there's going to be something after that. We're so geared to believe that release is our imminent destruction, when in fact that's the very thing that's basically opening the door to our next infusion of energy. So judgment and the Knight of Cups, that is how it works, my friends. That is, we could stop right here. We could stop right there and call it a day, but of course we're not going to. 5 of Pentacles, the worthiness thing. Okay, Scorps. If things shift out of your life, if something goes differently than maybe you envisioned it, daydreamed it into being, 4 of Cups. It can feel disheartening. Yeah. Overwhelming. Underwhelming, maybe. frustrating, mystifying. Like, I've taken 5 steps forward. Why am I taking 7 steps back now? I really wanted to live that life. Why is it not happening? Hierophant. It can make us feel like maybe we're just not worthy. If the thing we thought we knew for certain was meant for us, that was the thing, Knight of Swords, that was going to make us happy, doesn't want to come along on the journey, does that mean that there's something, Devil, wrong with me? Does it mean there's something lacking in me that Queen of Swords. Don't understand? Does it mean that I'm doomed to repeat something over and over again until I see the light? Does it mean I'm always going to be putting in the work in this way? All those questions can come up, but no. Your job in September is to remember what I call the unimaginable horizon. Meeting a person there's no way you could conceptualize exists at this point. Tasting a flavor you've never tasted. Seeing a space you've never seen before. Moving into a house you didn't even know existed 3 months ago, right? These are all things, all the things that are going to happen in September, in October, are unknown to you now. No matter how sensitive you are, no matter how connected, and even if you have visions or you have connected points of knowing, most things are unknown to you. And that's a good thing. It doesn't mean you have less value. However, sometimes we have these points in life where what we have come up with is our construction of how we want things to go doesn't go that way. And that's when we get pulled into the fog. That's what I call it, the fog. The fog is our closest contact point with the divine, but it can feel very mystifying when we look at things on paper in the practical world. Judgment is your first card out, and Judgment is the release card. It is actually tied to Pluto because it's death and transformation. And Judgment is about calling up the dead and releasing. It's very Scorpionic, don't you think? This particular card and illustration has a lot to do with the Book of Revelations and one of the 7 trumpeters and the rising of the dead. But in tarot, what we're talking about here is releasing ourselves from anything that's no longer serving us, showing forgiveness and clemency to our past versions of self, to anybody in our past, and releasing it. Now you are being asked to do so, and you're holding on kind of tightly. The thing is that something new wants to come in, but when you look at what this Knight of Cups is surrounded by, you can see that there is worry that if you let go, it's going to go away. There's not going to be anything after this. It's going to be this blank, empty, terrible, heavy spot that you won't be able to get out of. The Knight of Cups is the Knight of truth, love, and beauty. You know, you guys are a water sign. You are lovers. You are big-hearted, loving, courageous people. Creative, adventurous, hilarious, performative, very good at all of those things. But you also often, because you feel so deeply, because you have so much depth, you often have constructed very elaborate mansions in your mind that keep you protected, that keep you held safe. So when something like the Knight of Cups comes in, all full of excitement, unimaginable horizon, deliciousness, and you still have some things that maybe you're holding on to, some ways you thought something needed to go, you're going to be listening to all that noise a lot more, right? And also, I have to say, when something really beautiful starts to happen in our lives, you know, you'd think that's the time when we'd feel the most relaxed and the most accepting of it because it's happening. It's here. It's not just in my mind, right? But often, not always, but often that is when, you know, it's both. You're both happy, you're excited, you're welcoming, and you also have a part of you that's like, what if this is too good to be true? What if I'm not worthy? What if I'm just imagining all this stuff and what I'm really looking at is this right here and it's all just an illusion? What if I just trust into this? Is something bad going to happen? Will I be caught off guard and not know how to recover from something? That's when that voice wants to come up. You know, we can get really good too at learning how to master getting through struggle or times of challenge, and actually even be kind of in a good mood in the challenge. I think Scorpios, you guys like a good challenge. You like to know you can get in there and problem solve and do your work. And then when something starts to work, that's when we start looking around. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? Why do I feel that? One of the things I'm noticing for you, yeah, things are leaving. Something's leaving and going away, creating space. That can be anything from like a friendship to maybe even just a project idea that you've been holding on to too tightly. And by the way, you guys, I'm on this journey with you because I'm a Leo, but I'm an 8th house Leo sun. So I work, I'm hanging with Scorp vibes a lot in my life. I get it. I'm with you. But here's the other part of September that I'm noticing is coming up as I'm looking through these cards. You've got a commitment coming up as well. You've got a big commitment coming up as well. And the first part of this reading is about releasing and allowing something to come in. The second part of this month, like I said, this month is going to dive deeper and ever deeper and ever deeper into this into your core, into your soul core, into your mystical side. Fair warning for September for you guys specifically. But as we do that, something's going on with you committing and speaking truth. Hierophant, Knight of Swords, Devil, and Queen of Swords. Can you kind of see here? You're a water sign over here having all these feelings, but you have these committed, like deep commitment earth sign energies of the Hierophant and the Devil. These are tied to Taurus and Capricorn, which are very strong players in the astrology field right now because of the planets sitting in those two signs. But they are hanging out here with two very throat chakra, boundary setting, communicative, air, language-based energies. And what this is telling me, Hierophant and Devil these aren't just like any old commitments. These aren't just like lighthearted, like, oh yeah, I'll go have lunch with you. Hierophant and Devil are those kind of commitments you make where it is long-term, long-ranging, deep, profound. These are doorway energies into, you're getting initiated into a temple, basically. I've been using these words a lot for September because there's an interesting initiation process going on with the equinox energy and with just what's going on. With the way things have played out from June until now, there has been this process of refining, and we're getting closer and closer to the center of this initiation process, and September is really kind of like getting down to the nitty-gritty. Here's what's interesting, though. These are very grounded, bound commitments, and they can often trigger worries about being trapped, repeating a cycle, becoming obsessive, needing control. And it may be that you are saying yes to some really beautiful things and having some amazing opportunities come in, but it is triggering up some of your control tendencies or some of your fears around old patterning and getting stuck in old patterning. Now, I don't think that this is necessary. This is like a positive commitment, but I think it is bringing up complex questions for you. And one of those questions is how you want to use your voice within this, because I think you have something really beautiful coming in here, right? But you have to set healthy boundaries for what you can give of yourself and when it's too much and when you feel overwhelmed. And you have to be able to use that voice in a constructive way that allows you to speak that. The other way you may be experiencing this kind of commitment thing is that you have some kind of air sign energy coming at you, and they have opinions and they have ideas of what they want to be doing and how they want to be doing it, and riling you up a little bit. And here's what I will say to that. If you have somebody, it doesn't have to be an air sign. It can just be somebody who's got a lot of opinion, or it can be situations that are pushing on you with their opinions or with their needs or agendas. You have to meet that energy with your own authentic voice that says, this is what I can give and this is how much I can push right now. But if I go further than that, I'm abandoning myself. You have some challenging personalities and relationship stuff going on this month. I can see that. And you parsing through what's working for you and what needs to be released and what needs to be further committed to is a really big part of this. Let me pull a final card from my Cosmic Tarot. It's a really fun deck. It's a little bit more intense and in your face. So sometimes we get a really strong visual message from this deck that I'm like, okay, so it's a nice way to end our reading, and then I will be giving you guys some equinox affirmations to initiate you into your 12th house check-in as we head into Libra season. Princess of Pentacles. You got a lot of grounded energy in this reading, and one of the first themes that came up, as you know, was that self-value. The self-valuing, that Five of Pentacles, fear, the worry that in release, right? Worry you're not enough. Well, Princess of Pentacles takes her time. She wants to do things well. Nurture it into being, she's got all these flowers. She's soft and nurturing and gentle with herself, with her process. And she's only going to invest in things that are going to help her garden grow. Not poison it, not damage it, not burn it down, but that help it grow. The things that slough away this month are not helping you grow. The things that cause you to trigger into wanting to control or retract or feel that you have a big emotion but you have to suppress it, pay attention. Pay attention to where you are not expressing when you need to let other people know what is going on internally with you, because you can also get into weird dynamics in relationships and projects, in lifestyle, when you have something you actually feel, but you push it down. And Scorps, you are very good. Still waters run deep. You're very good at obscuring, sometimes even to yourself, what you're actually feeling. And then you don't let it out, and people can't help the situation if they don't even know that it's a problem. And that is true self-love. That's true self-parenting. Is being able to express when you need something. Here are your affirmations for the beauty of the equinox and the initiation into your 12th house energy of the house of secrets, of expansion, of higher knowledge, of dissolving into the whole. That's what the equinox institutes for you all. Here we go. What is meant for me appears with ease and joy. I am open to what is possible next. I listen to my soul and get all the information I need. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful September. Don't let this reading freak you out too much. There's pieces moving around for you guys, and you figuring out what you want to commit to, what you want to continue, you figuring out how to set those boundaries is a really huge part of that process. It's not just something that happens willy-nilly outside of yourself, right? It's something you have a really intricate and important role in. I love you guys so, so much. You know how I feel about you, Scorps. You are family. I love you so very much. I will see you in October. We are getting so close to Scorpio season, one of my favorite times of year. I love your energy. It's so much fun. You can find me on Instagram at Sarah Verba. I would love to see you over there. You can find me on my website at SARAHTAROT.com. I am still working on that fall schedule. I will be releasing those appointments in the fall. Right now, my calendar is on pause if you go to my website to book a one-on-one session. However, anybody who's interested in when I open up the fall sessions, email me and I can put you on a notification list so that you can get notified, so that you know when my calendar opens up, you can book right away and you will be all set to work with me. I'm sure it would be amazing to do some Scorp readings with you all in a few months. I'm sending you all my love, and all my information will be in the description box. So anywhere you want to find me, including my donation link for PayPal if you're interested in doing that as well. All of that's in the description box. I'm wearing PinkLune's gorgeous jewelry as always. She's really focusing on those crowns these days, but keep an eye on her store. You never know what she has hidden away up there. I will see you all for October and the excitement of Scorpio season ahead, and I'm sending you all of my love.